Hello, I'm Paul Canwidow and welcome to Ghosts of Gloucestershire. In this episode, I've come to the beautiful village of Minchinhampton near Stroud to visit one of the most infamous inns, the Ragged Cot. Also, local legend has it that a young Prince Harry, back in the day during his royal years, was banned from some of the pubs that he liked to frequent in Tetbury. And rumour has it, during that time, this became his favourite hanging. In this county, there are plenty of legends of highwaymen, but it's here that the tragic tale of the Haunted Highwayman unfolded. A story of greed, murder, and a ghost that has haunted the inn for centuries. The Ragged Cot Inn was built around 1730, a coaching inn offering food, warmth, and shelter to weary travellers making their way across the Cotswold road. By December 1760, the landlord was a man named Bill Clavers. He lived here with his wife and newborn child. But Bill Clavers had a problem. He drank far more than he sold and soon fell into serious financial trouble. Desperate for a quick fix, Clavers hatched a plan. On a snowy winter's night, he would rob a stagecoach on the busy route between Stroud and Cheltenham. That evening, Clavers bolstered his courage with rum, loaded his pistols, and saddled his horse. But as he left his room, coat and hat in hand, he was confronted by his wife, cradling their baby. He begged him not to go. He pleaded with him to stop. And in a drunken rage, Clavers shoved her down the stairs, and with no thought for what he had just done, he mounted his horse and rode into the night snow. And it was on this very road in which he started his journey. The robbery went better than he could ever have dreamed. He stopped the coach, threatened the passengers, and returned home with saddlebags stuffed with jewels and cash. But when he stepped back into the inn, triumph turned to horror. At the foot of the stairs lay the broken bodies of his wife and their child, both dead. Panicking, Clavers dragged their bodies into a large wooden trunk, desperately hiding his crime. Meanwhile, the coachman had raised the alarm in Stroud. A magistrate quickly gathered a group of armed men who followed Clavers' trail through the snow straight back to the Ragged Cot Inn. Surrounding the inn, they called out for Clavers to surrender. At first, silent. Then, suddenly, the door burst open, Clavers appeared, pistols raised, firing wildly into the night before slamming the door shut again. The men gathered, preparing to break inside, but before they could act, a blood-curdling scream rang out from inside the inn. The door flew open. Bill Clavers stumbled out, pale and trembling, pointing back into the shadows. He threw himself to the ground, begging for protection from her. Clavers was arrested and taken away. The armed men cautiously entered the inn. In the trunk, they discovered the bodies of Mrs. Clavers and her child. But what came next chilled them to their bones. In the parlour, standing before them, was the ghostly figure of a woman holding a baby in her arms. The very same woman whose lifeless body they had just found. Terrified, the men fled. Over 2 centuries, her ghost has lingered at the Ragged Cot Inn. Visitors and staff alike have reported the apparition of a woman with a child, forever wandering the inn, searching for peace. In recent years, the Ragged Cot has embraced its ghostly reputation, attracting both history buffs and paranormal enthusiasts. It often features in ghost tours and has been subject to various documentaries and articles exploring English haunted locations. The tale of Bill Clavers is one of greed and unrelenting guilt. But more than that, it's a story that reminds us how some tragedies refuse to fade with time. This is Ghosts of Gloucestershire, and this has been the story of the Ragged Cot Inn and the Haunted Highwayman. And if you've enjoyed this ghost story, please do give it a like and share. And if you'd like to hear more ghost stories from me, then head over to my Facebook page and give me a follow. talk home with them. Thanks for watching. Until next time, sleep well, sweet dreams.